You can't enter your name more than once. Okay, I'm gonna roll. But if you don't get rolled, then you can always I don't know. I'll probably do this more than once. So okay, Gem. I'll just say Gem. It's faster. I don't know. I want to practice doing this because I think it's fun. I think it's beneficial as well. Because even if it's not your profile that I'm looking at, I think it can help a lot to sort of see what sorts of things. I think there's definitely common issues that exist among newer players that it's important to realize them. Okay, let's see. Just get a feel for mods. Oh, this looks like what my top plays used to look like, just all no mod, and like the occasional maybe hard rock or hidden hard rock. Wait, I'm not even looking at the maps. Okay, maps. Oh, I actually know these maps. Let's go. Okay, these scores are not the most recent, actually. Interesting. Did you decay from, like, what was your peak rank, actually? I'm curious. Because a lot of these scores actually seem from quite a while ago. Working on speed. Okay. Okay, let's highlight from the last 2 months. Oh, I know this song. Never mind. Wait. Do I have this one? Yeah, I know this song. Oh, banger. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this replay just as a starting point. Okay, I got it. I just downloaded it from the website. Yeah. Also seems like your jump aim is, I guess, flowy. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, as long as you can aim, then it doesn't really matter. Just a first impression. Aim is a little shaky. Okay, that is okay. And I think from looking at your scores, I think your accuracy seems like it's in a healthy spot. Oh, those are some angles. Patterns like that, like funky little like angle thingy. I guess like cursor control is like the biggest thing. Oh, that one was good. That's pretty good. Clean. Yeah, accuracy seems like it's in a really healthy spot. I think when analyzing your own strengths and weaknesses, it's less about like your skills, like figuring out which skill. Oh, nice. Less about figuring out which skill could be improved, because if you think about it that way, then I guess you can always improve every skill. But when trying to improve, I mean, I guess it depends on your goals and like what you really want to improve on, but you should look at like your skills relative to each other. Like if there's one skill that is like really holding you back, it's important to focus on that skill, because I mean, yeah, it just is like training your weakest skill is the fastest way to improve. It's just focusing on your weakest skill. Yeah, I see what you mean with your aim, and it's hard to judge exactly if the, I guess, quiveriness of your cursor movement is just from the, I guess, not being comfortable with the game after taking a break. Yeah, if you're, especially if your goal is to stay well-rounded, then always finding your weakest skill is really important. Because like, for example, when I say that your AC is in a good spot, I mean, it's not something that you should be focusing on if you really want to hone in on your weaknesses. Like, it shouldn't be your main priority is really what I'm trying to say. Oh my god, let's go. Is your area also small? Your area looks like it's on the smaller side. Pretty average? Okay. Nice. 80. Okay, I see. Yeah, that is pretty average. Alright, nice run. Yeah, cursor movement so far seems to be the biggest thing. Yo, let me look at... a profile AC is not always completely accurate, but I guess like looking at the accuracies of like some plays in particular can be helpful. Like in general, the hard rock, I mean, obviously hard rock is just harder to get good accuracy, but yeah, but overall I think accuracy is the least of your concerns compared to some other skills. Oh wow, god mode, let's go. Okay, banger. Let's do stats. If you have any replays in particular that you would want me to watch, then I'm down to. Furioso, okay. If I can. But it might not be top. Did I pass it? It might not be. Yeah, I don't think I can watch the replay if it's done. Oh yeah, I can. What? But I don't know where your replay. Oh, there's so many scores on this map. But I just have to find it. Oh, so many people play this game. Oh, I found it. Increasing tablet area help with consistency in streaming? No? Oh, screen. Yeah, yep, sorry. Thank you. And the size of your area is way less important than how comfortable you are in your area. That's what really matters. Oh, nice smoke. I think, like, despite what I mentioned about your cursor movement itself, I think your aim probably isn't holding you back as much as, like, it maybe looks or feels at times. But it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I haven't seen you miss yet ever, so. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, I feel like, especially like on a map like this, it's the tapping speed is like the biggest problem on like the faster bursts. Yeah, I think your aim is actually not an issue, even though I guess like your aim style is on the flowier side, which I think I mentioned earlier is completely okay. It doesn't really matter how you get your cursor from circle to circle as long as you get it there. But yeah. It looks like, especially on faster patterns, can be tricky to get your tapping speed to keep up. And training tapping speed is one of those things that it comes with, I guess, okay, how do I word this? I think like developing a sort of like technique or like motion of your fingers is really important, and like I don't know how to word this in a way that's like very clear, but I think technique efficiency is like actually a really big part of tapping speed, like I guess minimizing excess movement and stuff like that. But aside from that, it just comes from like practice. I guess just pushing your limits regularly is really important. I think training speed in general, like tapping speed and I guess aim speed, but tapping speed in particular, shares a lot of principles with like weight training. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind, that like just regular practice, like warming up obviously is a very important part of it, but past that, just like working your way up until you're just pushing your limits speed wise, and then same thing for stamina if you're trying to improve stamina. But just, I don't know, pushing yourself until you're sufficiently winded, and doing that regularly I think is the best way, because training speed or stamina is definitely a long-term sort of improvement. I mean, you might see benefits in the first few days, but yeah, it's definitely a long-term thing. It's not like something just clicks. That can happen with just like your tapping style or technique, but just as for your finger movements themselves, it does take practice to improve speed. Yeah, the finger control actually seems not like it's not an issue. Like your issue here seems like it's less about the finger control and more about tapping speed. Shake a ton on fast streams. Yeah, I think if your cursor tends to shake a lot, it's because what's happening, at least like my interpretation of that, is what's happening when like your cursor gets all over the place with fast stuff, is that you need to spend, like, because your tapping is just naturally just not fast enough to hit the pattern naturally, then you end up putting more energy into your tapping. And so as a result, like, I guess you have less energy to spend keeping your aim stable. So as a result, like, you start focusing all your energy on your tapping, and so you're just focused less on your like aim. Like if you're able to keep your tapping hand smooth when playing a pattern, then you can keep your aim smooth as well. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. So even though it appears like your aim is hindered on fast bursts as well, cleaning up your tapping comfort will clean up your aim as well, naturally. If that makes sense. Yep. Okay, let's watch a few more replays. I'm down. I don't want to watch anything that's too old because that's not as representative. Okay, there's a score from recently. Oh, this is another tech flow aim sort of mode. Okay.
Just if I had to guess, just from the way that you move your cursor, that your flow aim probably feels a bit more comfortable than jump aim, even though they both might feel comfortable. Flow aim, if I had to guess, is probably not much of an issue for you. I can agree with that. Okay. So the question is, would you necessarily disagree if I said it the other way around? If I said that you're probably naturally more comfortable at jumps than flowing, then would you also maybe agree with that? Like, is it actually about the same, or do you just like, or I guess, do you actually feel that your flow aim is a bit more comfortable? It's around the same, okay. Hey, Yoshi, maybe. Oh, same. Relatable mistake. This section is so crazy. This section is really tricky, cursor control wise. It's the way that the first time varies on the day. Oh, I got that. I think I did see some over tapping. I mean, it's hard to tell because some of these issues might actually just be coming from the fact that you may have just been sight reading, and so you just weren't reading the patterns super comfortably, which is perfectly okay. But it's just a matter of like keeping that stuff in mind matters, because that's the difference between messing up being a reading issue and messing up being a cursor or tapping issue. Tips for left-handed. Awkward playing with your right hand? Yeah, then maybe just play with your left hand. You can just play with your left hand, it's perfectly okay. No, what's wrong? The most common issue people tend to have with like being left-handed is they use their mouse with their right hand, and so they learn how to tap and like they train some stamina with their left hand tapping. So then people feel reluctant to switch, but it's okay to just switch. I think it's better in the long run, because if you want to play with tablet nowadays. This could either just be a reading issue, or more likely, I don't know, flowing, I guess just a focus issue in general, because focus, is something, like, both flowing requires focus, keeping your cursor in the right spot, is especially, like, takes focus, with flowing, and then also, like, reading, processing patterns, stuff like that takes focus as well. I think you're following. Oh yeah, I think you're following, right? I think that's O2 down how you sign up. This is my last one for today, but basically what I'm doing is just after I finish reviewing someone's profile, then I do a chat raffle. So you have to be here when I'm looking for a new profile. and then just send a message, and I will pick randomly from the people that are here. So, yeah, but this is my first time doing profile reviews, and so hopefully, because I've definitely seen profile reviews exist like as content. But like content is not very helpful. I feel like
a lot of I guess like advice or things people say in profile review sort of stuff is really misleading at times, and that's mostly because the information they're using is like misleading. I guess like I feel like people when they do profile reviews and stuff, they do a very surface level analysis and they jump to conclusions a lot just based on what they see on profiles. Yeah, it's very vague, and also people tend to just look at like there are so many factors that can go into why you're doing something wrong in this game. And it's yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's something to keep in mind. So profile reviews and stuff like that, it's very parody video. He actually did a parody video. Yeah, it's better. Yeah, basically, it's just better to give quality over quantity. An alien profile review suit. Wait, where's the? Okay, thank you. Let's watch this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Is he just gonna say push ac? It's all teammates!
Okay, no! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
A world record! That's great. That's so good. Nice comment. Oh, Gotham Chess. Gotham Chess in the recommended. Anyone? Anyone relate? Gotham Chess? You watch one single chess video and then suddenly you go to your YouTube homepage and it's only Gotham Chess. How is that possible? How does that channel have so much power?
anyway, is there any messages that I missed? Is it tell that awkward things my right hand is off sync? That just comes with training your tapping on your right hand. YouTube is full of chess, it happens. Oh yeah, okay, let's see. Yeah, I think
For maps like these, it helps to play the map a few times because you have to I mean I don't know if this was your sight read or not, but it helps to play the map a few times and try learning it, because that will kind of show you if your issues are more about just that you couldn't sight read the patterns or because you're actually having trouble playing them. Second play, okay, I see. But yeah, for training flow aim, just as a general bit of advice, watching your own replay is probably the best way to help. Or yeah, best thing you can do for training flow aim is watching your own replay, especially in slow motion. And I have a bit about that in a video that I have on my YouTube channel. Wow. It's somewhere in this video. Flow aim. I'm just talking about share from this part. If you guys want to look at this, I basically just talk about how you should watch your replay to train flow aim, and that it's important to tell the difference between it being a tapping issue and aim issue, and I go into that in some detail. This, Yeah, hey Veli, what's up? But yeah, yeah, final bits of advice. I think I feel like just general cursor stability. I feel like this is something that's actually pretty common among players, and it's like an, I don't know if I would necessarily call it an issue, but it's something that not many people focus on, and that I think it's actually important to focus on is like landing in the center of circles. Like just being able to do that and staying in the center of objects is a really good way to train your cursor stability, precision, stuff like that. So I think training that, because the last person that I looked at had a similar issue. And obviously I think like just naturally that sort of thing happens less and less as you get more comfortable with your aim, but focusing specifically on your cursor stability and stuff like that helps a lot. Like keeping your cursor in a smooth motion is a lot more valuable than a lot of people might realize, because that's like a very fundamental aspect of cursor control, and that ties into a lot of different skills like just flow aim and precision and stuff like that. All tie in from this like, I guess like foundational comfort of moving your cursor, and landing in the center of objects and staying in the center of objects is a good indication that you're comfortable with your cursor control. So being able to like, it's something that you can watch, like that you can pick up by watching a replay, because you can sort of see like if the cursor is quivering or stuff like that. And that's why I'm using this cursor with this cursor trail, because it's easy to see with a trail like this that's really long, and like I guess sensitive. It's easy to see small movements, and like right. I mean, obviously I'm using my mouse right now, so it's kind of cheating. But being able to move in a smooth motion, yeah, very powerful. Happy stick trail. Yep, true. But yeah, that's something to work on. I think just like, you know, what am I trying to say? Yeah, I think cursor control may have been okay, not cursor control itself, but maybe like the focus aspect of cursor control, if that makes sense. But also like we were talking about tapping speed, which that I think comes from more consistent practice. Speed is a very like physical aspect of play, and so it's like there are things that you can change immediately that can help speed, like tapping technique, stuff like that, just like reducing the amount of energy that you put into tapping, but really refining your technique. Yeah, it takes consistent practice for sure. But yeah, so I think those are the biggest things that I picked up on. Accuracy is always something you can work on, but I don't think it should be that much of a priority right now, which is those things. But yeah, seems good. Let me watch one more replay. Let me end with an SS score. Any SS players? Oh, orange is actually a banger. Okay, there aren't many SSs that I'm seeing immediately from your top plays, but I'm gonna watch orange. Where do you look in a death stream? It's less about like looking in one specific spot for death streams. I think it's more about like focusing on like processing the stream in chunks. Like taking in the like flow that you need. I don't know, just like taking in the pattern is more important. Like getting a good feel for like I guess what the pattern is asking you to do with your cursor. Like breaking down the pattern in your head, stuff like that.
Let me try to find an SS. Oh, what is this? Let's just watch an SS score for fun. Alright, someone said, is this good considering I had 96 hours to Yep. Play time is probably one of the least accurate things that you can look at for gauging your like progress. Contribute their profile. So after I look at one person's profile, then I'll do a raffle in the chat. But for now, this is the last one I'm doing. I don't want to stream for too long today, so what do you look at? I mean, it's very relative to like the things that you're playing, not just like how much you've played. Cause I'll overlay, thank you. Yeah, this matches. Total like if you want an answer for like a profile stat that matters, total hits is probably the most accurate to go by. Oh, I was such a close hit on the sign. Did you see that? That was insane. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to realize when you're playing how close your cursor was to missing. Yeah, especially on sliders, it looks like. Yeah, circles you're actually hitting in the center most of the time. Sliders, it seems like you're hitting it really close to the edge often. Something with slider reading and slider aim. This far.
Hey, Colormina. Hey, what's up? Something to keep in mind with slider aim, I guess, like a good tip is to just not get distracted by the whole slider. When you're playing sliders, you have to treat it, I guess, like one way you can think about it is just treat it as a hit circle with extra steps. Focus on hitting the hit circle first, like the start circle, and you'll have a much easier time. Because like the rest of the slider is objectively is easier to hit because you have like a bigger range to keep your cursor. So that is something to keep in mind with slider aim. Yeah, like reading sliders and stuff like that. Hard to focus on aim. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, like just improving your tapping will naturally, like just for that reason, it'll improve your aim as well. I feel like on faster stuff. Becoming more comfortable with one aspect of speed, like if there's one aspect of speed that's holding you back, like you can think of it as like there's three inputs of gameplay, right? Reading, tapping, and aim. And regarding speed, like each of the three inputs of gameplay have their own, like, I guess, like element of speed to them. Like there's reading speed, which is like high AR stuff, aim speed, and tapping speed. And if one of those is particularly like hindering in your skill set, then just improving that will naturally improve the other two, because I mean your weakest skill will always hold you back. So just bringing that skill up to par with your other skills will make your gameplay better as a whole. Not just that specific skill, but you'll just feel more comfortable in your gameplay as a whole. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, skills in this game are very, very interconnected, I feel like. But yeah, those are my final words for now. Nice profile. Some banger scores, banger songs. Thoughts on relearning AR below 9. I mean, I guess that's good. I mean, if you don't care about being able to play that stuff, then it doesn't really matter if you are able to read AR below 9. Like if you don't really plan on playing tournaments or stuff like that, then it doesn't really matter. Do I still take profiles? I do, but I won't right now because I'm gonna end my stream. I just wanted to stream for a little bit, and I just kind of felt like doing this for fun. But I definitely plan on doing stuff like this more often. Can definitely consider doing this more regularly if people want. This is something that I have fun with as well. Who is a character with a masked face? Jin. Jin from League of Legends. What is the most important skill? I think pattern processing. AC of 89.97. Yeah, that could be really good, or actually really bad. Yeah, I'm about to end. I just wanted to stream for a little bit because I was watching a bit of my Q&A video, this video, and then I was like, wow, this is fun, talking about stuff like this. So, and if you're interested in like, I guess my explanation of like skills and stuff like that, then you might want to watch this video. Oh, well, eating lunch. Oh no. Well, yeah, I'm gonna maybe just raid somebody, or to cover their faces. But yeah, you should cover with a Jin mask. YouTube videos and podcasts. Thank you. I really, I've been focusing like a lot of my free time the last few days on finishing the chart video that I'm working on. If you watched the last episode of the podcast, I introduced it at the end of it. First Pokemon I can think of is Blink. Yeah, I introduced like the very bare bones version of the chart at that time. And I'm like working on finalizing the video about it. So that is very exciting. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you like the videos. I have a lot of Osu YouTube videos in mind. But I'm kind of getting like blocked. Like my production's getting blocked by me wanting to finish this video first. But it's almost done, so that is very exciting. Well, it's kind of almost done. Definitely pretty close to done. So pretty much videos. Yeah, I really want to make videos on matches and stuff. Yeah, exciting. But yeah, for now I'm gonna end my stream. I have a meeting with my professor for one of my classes tomorrow morning. It's in like 8 hours, so I should probably go to sleep. Oops. Be a good idea. So far. Oh yeah, you should put Jin. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you're interested in more stuff like this, watching you hope to see me do it again. Yeah, I definitely be down to do stuff like this more often. I would probably make videos about or like of these sessions as well. If the person would be okay with it. So I definitely expect this stuff more often. I just wanted to do this right now as sort of like getting a feel for doing this stuff, because I've never actually done profile reviews this way. So yeah, I just wanted to try. But yeah, definitely plan on doing stuff like this. You're down? Okay, sounds good. But yeah, definitely plan on doing stuff like this more. So yeah, if you want to keep up with my streams and stuff, you can join my Discord server.